So earlier today, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on C-SPAN for an interview. We all know Marjorie Taylor Greene. She is the Congresswoman from Georgia who won her election in 2020 because she ran unopposed after her Democratic opponent basically dropped out of the race. He later said that he was going through some life issues and being harassed by Marjorie Taylor Greene supporters was adding to the stress, and he couldn't deal with it, so he dropped out. So she was obviously had a hard fought battle to win her election, and here she is today. She is a QAnon believer. She claims she has previously said she does not believe in QAnon. She does. She espouses the various QAnon conspiracies over and over again. She spreads COVID conspiracies about January 6th. There's the whole space laser thing, but I'm not going to get into all that today. I'm just giving you a little bit of a summary if you forgot who Marjorie Taylor Greene was, if by any chance you happen to fall into a black hole over the past year or so. If you have, let me tell you, I would like to join you. You should go back in that black hole and never come back. But anyway, now that we're here in the current reality, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on C-SPAN, and she basically has this to say.
Aaron Navarro, CBS News. Whip Scalise said today he got vaccinated, citing this Delta variant that's going around, and said he's confident that it's safe and effective. Two questions. Have you yourself gotten vaccinated, and do you disagree with the Republican whip?
So if the reporter who's off mic, you didn't hear him, he basically asks Marjorie Taylor Greene, have she been vaccinated yet? Let's hear what she has to say. COVID, just in case you're wondering what vaccine they're talking about.
Your first question.
Let me go back a little bit.
Republican whip.
Well, your first question is a violation of my HIPAA rights. You see, the HIPAA rights, we don't have to reveal our medical records, and that also involves our vaccine records.
And do you disagree with what?
All right. My God, this human being is. I mean, I don't know. I know some people think she's playing it up, but I really don't know. I really don't know. I think that's even possibly giving her too much credit. And everyone's going to obviously focus on the HIPAA rights thing. So let's get that out of the way. It's not a violation of her HIPAA rights, which I would love to see her actually spell that acronym, because they frequently get it wrong. This is the big conservative thing now, saying everything's a violation of their HIPAA rights. HIPAA basically is a law, a series of laws, really, that basically ensures that your medical information with your insurance companies and medical professionals is private. It means, they have to keep your medical history, your medical records, your personal data secure. And that also means they obviously cannot divulge information about their patients or their clients or customers to anyone. That's your data. That's your medical history. That does not mean it is against the law for anyone to ask you any sort of medical question. If your mom is asking you if you're feeling under the weather, you can tell your mom if you're sick. You can say, "Ma, I got a fever." If your wife or husband is saying, "Hey, you look a little bit down, we should take your temperature," you don't need to grab that thermometer from them before they can see what your fever is at, if you have one. They're allowed to see it if you would like them to, obviously. It is... The law does not mean that no one can ask you any medical questions. That is... that's out of the way. Oh, my God. No, that's out of the way. That's not even the point. I see everyone focusing on this online. Oh, what an idiot. And yet, if this isn't her playing up some sort of insane gimmick, yeah, it's extremely dumb. But really what the point is that Marjorie Taylor Greene, the QAnon Congresswoman, the right-wing Republican who's been pushing COVID conspiracies for over a year now, has been vaccinated. Matt, how do you know this? How do you know she's been vaccinated? Well, because she didn't answer the fucking question. I mean, this is the easiest question to answer. It is a softball question to an anti-vaxxer, right? Hey, anti-vaxxer, have you been vaccinated? Hell no, I haven't been vaccinated. I don't believe in that shit, right? Like, if you were an ask RFK Jr. If he would get his kids vaccinated. Ask him what he thinks about vaccines. He'll tell you. He'll tell you. Ask all these other anti-vaxxers, the 12 people I covered on the Disinformation Dozen episode I did. Now that's back in the news. That great report from the Center for Countering Digital Hate. They'll tell you what they think about vaccines and that they haven't been vaccinated. I assure you. The Republicans who are out there who are saying all these anti-vaxxer stuff, if you were to ask them if they've been vaccinated and they actually didn't vaccinate themselves, then they would proudly say they weren't vaccinated. Like, this is the easiest thing in the world to answer if you didn't get the vaccine. It's hard to answer this question if you did get the vaccine and don't want people to know you got the vaccine. Like, for me, for example, I can tell you all, I got the vaccine. I'm vaccinated fully. Got my 2 shots. I'm vaccinated 100%. I got Moderna. So that's easy for me because I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Now, if I was sitting here telling you all to get vaccinated and didn't get the vaccine, then obviously if someone asked me if I got vaccinated, I would hedge, right? I'd be like, hey, HIPAA rights, you can't ask me. And I'd hope you were all dumb to believe that. So don't lose the story here. The story isn't Marjorie Taylor Greene is dumb. We don't need to know that. I mean, it's part of the record now, and it's been for quite some time. What we do now know, which is breaking news, is that Marjorie Taylor Greene has been vaccinated for COVID-19, while she tells all of you suckers out there not to get vaccinated, that COVID-19 is not real, or at the very least, it's not bad enough to change your life over, or don't wear masks for this. So just, remember that Marjorie Taylor Greene has been vaccinated.